my friends, my followers, my familia, and everybody in between. Welcome back to Let's Play Bloodborne. Well, where to start? Taking a few notes, doing some heavy farming, grabbing all sorts of armor and weapons, but I haven't left you guys behind too much. I haven't done anything really too, I guess you'd say, detrimental to the cause of showing you guys what to do and where to go. Here are my stats. Rocking the Tonitrus and the Boom Hammer. Still waiting and helping out a few friends. Getting some things right now and focusing on more important things. So I don't have the funds to get a PlayStation camera yet, but I am planning to. So just wanted to go ahead and address that now. Still planning to do that. If you're just now tuning in, just now watching this, pretty simple, cut and dry. I'm trying to show the way to go through Bloodborne and get pretty much everything you possibly can in one go through. More or less. More or less. Alright, I've bought many of the items, if not all of the items I can right now from different NPCs or from different badges or from unlocking them through what the I call the triggers are. We've kind of got a good little set going. The last time you guys were with me, we left off here at the Forbidden Woods. I believe we had gotten I think it said it's a tonsil stone at one point or another. I'm going to go ahead and look. I'm going to see if I have that, because that's another important item that lets us unlock another side area. One of the things about Bloodborne is it's not a straight out full-on set linear game. Most From Software games never really are. At least not in my experience playing them. So, okay, the tonsil stone. Yep. So that'll be important, and we will actually get to that side area. But last time I left off, like I said, I was here. Me and my buddy Luciferus, we got invaded. And old Dr. Crankshave here, being the crazy old man he is, he's like, oh yeah, well, we'll be able to survive it, certainly. But we did not. That was a lower level arcane build, just smoked us with an explosion. But props to him, that's not easy to get. And we'll go through that once I can actually get through the DLC area and share that with you guys. So right now, I'm going to show you guys just where the ambush was. It was right here. And I took you guys far enough along to see this. You know, there were some snake-headed dudes. They're pretty mean. I had to be careful of them. Like I said, I ran through with Luciferus. And we got up here. So we're going to go up here now. And I had, of course, opened that door to the lamp. Got an antidote here. And here's this guy. Yes. Alrighty, so we get all that from him. So this guy, he just gave us a rune for being a Confederate. It's definitely an interesting rune. It's kind of one of the more heal-based ones. It gives you more life whenever you're playing with friends. So it also helps you to not get summoned in and randomly have to fight an ally. Some of the other runes can do that, but not the Confederate rune. It gives its own gesture. We don't have that yet, but it gives you like a league salute. It's really cool. You know, one of those respect gestures. And he himself is a really cool dude with some cool lore. He's definitely a survivor. And what you do is, whenever you put that rune on, you'll get some items for just defeating bosses, or defeating bosses with allies, called vermin. So that's really just a helpful rune. That one's to help allies, and I think it's, you need to get 5 vermin, and a lot of people say just crush the vermin in front of them, but I think it's just you have to crush 5, because you use them and, you know, you crush them, and that's how you rank up in that league. But you know, just if you want to be safe, don't want to risk it, get right in front of him and crush 5 of those vermin items, and then talk to him, then leave out of the game, go back, talk to him again, and then come back and go there one more time, and he leaves you his helmet, and more or less kind of, I guess you'd say, retires from the league. And I believe if you have the DLC, maybe not on that one, that's still kind of iffy, but I believe if you have the DLC, once you do that, an enemy will pop up, and it's a Moderus twin, and when you defeat the Moderus twin, you get a special blood tinge item. I could be wrong about it being in the DLC, but I'm not, just don't quote me. Like, that one's kind of one you'll have to kind of figure out on your own. If he pops up, he pops up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's just, never really looked it up or looked into it, because as soon as the DLC came out for Bloodborne, boom, I had it. So a lot of my things that I've looked up or tried to make sure and reinforce in the lore are more things literally about the lore, a little less on the gameplay. I know a bit on the gameplay from others, but most of it, it's things I've had to find out through friends or on my own, and then tried and true, trial and error, you know, the hard way. I've had to just figure it out and make sure it's true by testing it in person. I mean, there's no better way to really figure out if something is something than putting yourself right there in it and finding out for yourself. And that couldn't be more true than in Bloodborne. Does this particular effect harm this particular enemy more? Well, one surefire way to find out. Take the particular effect and use it against that enemy. See for yourself. Watch the numbers. See what the game tells you. That's what I do. Alright, as you can see, we're going off into the sides here a lot. There's a lot of hidden snakes. Enemies that have heads concealing snakes. So, let's see, I believe that leads down there. We don't necessarily need to go down there yet, I don't think. Oh, yep, yeah. Yeah, big snakes that spit poison. Not fun. Now, we will end up taking them out, no doubt, but not yet. So we're just going over here. Going the way of the Tonitrus. Well, I mean, saw spear, saw cleaver. You know, whatever weapon you got available you want to use. Hell, I've even ran through here with the threaded cane before, you know? Whatever works for you. I would be a little bit more talkative, everybody, but I want to focus on listening for these snakes and make sure I don't miss any of them. If I don't miss them, then maybe you guys won't either. Because that's the whole reason I'm doing this. I care about you guys seeing my videos and being able to get through this. I've gone through it dozens of times. Just dozens. I want to make sure that you can get through it too. And hopefully my guide isn't going too fast or is too confusing. It just is what it is. Nice and simple, sometimes convoluted, but nevertheless, a guide that you can count on, that's dependable. It was a little bit risky, but make sure to keep an ample supply of antidotes on you when you come into this part of the Forbidden Woods map. Yeah, I got us a rune. So, we're back over here, right? Don't know how I missed you. Oh, looks like an enemy might have walked into fire or fallen off a cliff. Okay, and that pulls us back over here. So now we can drop down, grab this. Now we're down a little bit lower. We drop from the tree. We've got some kin of the cosmos down there. It's not a bad message. Poor dead horse that's on fire. Got some big snakes down there, and we will get to them. First, let's come over here. Let's see here. That talks about that, but also you want to run and jump onto that from here and try to not fall into that little chasm. We will get to that very shortly. First, let's do a little work over here. Now be careful here, because it's the woods. It can get very, very confusing. It can get very disorienting. It's very easy to lose yourself in this place. As you can see, I'm using something with a little bit of range against those guys. I suggest it for you all as well. They're very, very nasty and mean, and if you can't maybe slug it out with them and trade 1 or 2 blows and take them out and stop their flurry from there, don't fight them. Do something different. Back up, regroup, and adjust your tactics. Get some range on them. Take advantage of the fact that they have to be somewhat close to you. See, right there, I'm able to trade with them because of my weapon, my upgrades, my effects. That's not always the case, though. Do not underestimate these enemies. But you guys have seen far enough into my videos now, and probably into others on your own, and just playing this far, you'll already know not to underestimate them. Still, it's still good to be said. See, there's those, the big ones. So I don't have to stare at it. There we go. Oh, jeez. Dang. Okay, so yep. The dangerous way just does not go with my Tonitrus. But that's okay. I do that sometimes to see if I can get the drop on them and take them out. They stagger me a little bit too much. My swings aren't quite quick enough. So that just means going through from a frontal attack. Gonna go ahead and play it safe there because there's 2 big ones. Let's check the durability too. How are we doing on there? Oh, it's not too bad at all. Alright, so here we go. Nope. We'll pull the elevator. It'll be pretty simple to get right back down there. The way we got to the big guys is pretty simple. We followed the path for the most part. Yeah, you launch that stuff at me, big guy. Yeah, you tell me what's up. Now, here's how we'll handle the other big one. Whoop. There we go. Just that simple. Let's see, that's the crevice. The other big ones are, yep, down there. So it's probably where the blood echoes are. Yep, there they are. Whew. Go ahead and get the furnace open. we go. And the deep sea room. So now we're essentially back to where I was before. We'll go ahead and get rid of a few other obstacles. And even if you know, get through it, or you know, you get real far and then you die, just remember to not get discouraged. From Software makes their games like this for a reason. It has purpose, and every death just brings you closer to being stronger and learning more, learning better. It may feel bad in the moment, but in the end, you're stronger for it. We're gonna go ahead and hop over here. This nets us this little item. Graveyard Mask of, I believe it's Doris. And then over here. This does take us a little bit away from the normal path. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back onto that path. Which, as you can see, it's not that far away. See? We're back up onto the little road, the path with the snakes. So we'll just go down it, because the two big ones are down there. That little cliff I was on. As you can see, it's up here. And you can cut through multiple ways, you guys. It's kind of up to you. Like over here, this is a path, but I believe that door can only be opened from the other way, so it kind of manipulates you a little bit to dropping down on top of a big snake going that way. So I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. So it gives us clockwise metamorphosis. Yep, it's not open from this side. So you don't have to go that way. But, you know, if you want to, you can. So, you don't forget. Let's see, here's where it gets tricky though. It puts you, boom, right on top of this guy. So, what you do is circle around. So it does at least let you come up behind it. And the snakes, they can only attack somewhat in front of their faces. You see there's a big piggy up there. Yeah, he does that, he whistles and more snakes pop up around you. So be prepared for that. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was not prepared for that. I was hitting them, but they all attacked at once. So once he whistles, start moving. That's just what we get from that. And once again, it'll be easy to get back down there, just because the places that I've been kind of being ballsy on have been places on the path. So I'm not really getting anywhere to where I've lost my my area for where the blood echoes are, because where I'm kind of taking these risks, where like there I didn't keep moving, heed my own advice on it. They're places where I know I can get back to fairly easily. You can't always kind of like manipulate it in that way and get yourself to where it's somewhere you know, but when you get good enough and you play and get enough experience, you'll start getting to be that way too. You'll be like, I could probably get my blood echoes back if I just know where they are. So where am I? And you'll start taking in the sights and the areas. You'll start really appreciating the game, its structures and environments. And you'll be like, you know what? Alright, I got this. Yeah, I know where it's going to be at if I die. Let's try it. One of the best ways to get better at it. Try it, test it, experiment on it. Another thing is, if you do, you know, die here a lot in the woods, As you can see from me just hitting these snakes, Discovery is affected by Arcane. Mine's only 10. And they're still dropping a lot of Bloodstone shards for me. So it's a good place for farming those too, so you can upgrade weaponry and see what you like. You know, see how you feel. Kind of get some Bloodstone shards there. And you don't even have to use them to upgrading weapons if you don't plan to use them. Heck, you could honestly sell them. I suggest never really selling clothes or weapons unless you get straight up repeats. Like obviously the black church garb and the white church garb, if you go and grab both, you're going to get 2 sets of surgical gloves. You really only need one. Go ahead and, yep, break them down again. As I said before, we were on this path, so we just go down here. See, now we're moving. See, I'm even being super extra safe here. I'm using the hammer, a little bit more range. You can do the same with the saw spear or saw cleaver. Oh, we even got one of my notes rated fine. Probably one of the weird ones. That's usually how it goes. It seems using weirdness and comedy is the best way to get people to rate your notes. I know it's odd, but it happens. And if you don't know about the rating system, if someone rates one of your notes fine, it heals you. So don't be scared to leave notes that make sense. People usually genuinely appreciate notes that give you help. The rally on that was bad, but the damage on the weapon's good. And as you can see, we're staying on a path here. See, there's our little drop-off cliff up above him. So, honestly, it's not linear, this forest. Not by a long shot. But there is a pathway. And that pathway is a good marker and indicator of where you are within the forest. Like, as you know, 2 big snakes over there. That little drop-off. The hills. See, here's a place we haven't gone up to yet. Here with the Piggly Wiggly. Hey, Piggly Wiggly. Sorry for the things I'm about to have to do to you, buddy. It's gotta make your hands smell so bad. So bad. See, this was the area with the armor. Scourge of Venge. So now what we can do is we can go this way. And this is the way I like to do it. You can of course always do it on your own, but I'll come up here. Some little fireflies over here, some water. Here's where we came from. And then we'll go up this way. There'll be an enemy here. Take this guy out. And this elevator is the one in that tower. So that one elevator we've been taking, we can take it down, bypass some of the snake dudes over here. Is he up there? There's usually a snake dude in here. Anyways, yeah, there's that guy. As you can see, I normally come down the elevator and then I go right. Now you can go left, hit this guy, and once you get past him, run straight over here. There he was. Actually, you know what? Oh no! No, no, no. So I'm going to ask you to please get off of me. Mash your buttons, tap your buttons, get out of the grapple. Gonna have to do it again, apparently. There we go. You just run straight through here. And boop. Now you have this elevator here, which bypasses a lot of the swamp and the snakes and the areas in it. Now, of course, you don't have to. Go through it if you want, if you feel skilled enough and good enough. Feeling a little froggy, need your warm-up, want to farm the shards, farm the blood echoes, whatever you want to do. This is all on you guys. This is what you feel like doing. Me, I feel like going through here. It's supposedly an area where a meteorite hit, and they found the siderite to forge some of the special workshop weapons. Oh jeez. Oh, hitting me with their arcane. Creepy, spooky little things, but very Lovecraftian in nature. The kin of the cosmos. They're aliens. Yeah. Still weird. Still hard to process, right? But it's true. They're little aliens. Googly guys, all bulbousy and very damp, so electrifying them is one of your best weapons. I'm literally using one of the tools used to take them out. Alright, Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly is not damp, Piggly Wiggly is pork fat, so fire works real well, and so does plunging your hand into its butthole. Friggin' zombies. I'm assuming they're probably weak to Bolt 2. Simply because there's very few of the zombies really even in the game. And almost all of them, if not all of them, are in water. Just makes sense. So you can even bypass those zombies in there in that item, but we're not gonna do that. We don't sure challenge. There's the pig standing in the fire because it is an idiot. Alright then. That was hilarious. Pig just sat there in the fire. Now coming back up here to that area I was telling you guys about earlier. See? We hit him fast enough we stopped him from even letting his snakies come out. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more run through to make sure I've missed nothing. Make sure I'm doing my duty for all of you out there. Showing an area where you can kind of goad the pig into coming towards, maybe using like maybe pungent blood cocktails, pebbles, throwing knives, things such as that. Yep. Figured I'd missed a thing or two. Okay, no, he's dead. See, I believe we came down from this way this time. Yeah, because the pig was up here. Yup. That's where the big snake is. And there's a place you can probably survive the drop from. That's where we just were, getting that frenzied cold blood 7. This turns us around and puts us at the hill, or puts us to where we can go to the elevator or go towards that gate. And adjacent from that gate, the opposite side of that pathway, that leads down to the boss. So we're pretty much at the end of the Forbidden Woods. There's not much else here. Now, I will go ahead and farm just a little bit on these snakes. Kill a few more snakos. Ow. Thanks for that, snakes. We're gonna go back up. Because we essentially cleared out the area. All the items were grabbed. The enemies were taken out, at least to the best of my knowledge. I don't believe I've neglected anything down there. I believe I've gotten all of it. The former videos, of course, showed the first half of us going through that little area. We'll repair our weaponry. Can anything be fortified? Well, probably not that I'm using. The Tonitrus can. Never even get up. It's not bad. We'll go ahead and do that since I decided to dedicate to Tonitrus after all. Just having the rally that it does is good here, and having that bolt effect is nice. Looks like we don't really have too many other items. I'll make it stronger, so right now I'm rocking a corruption rune, then blood dregs. Go ahead and put on impurity. I'm not certain if that'll give me a vermin. It may not, but never know. It's not, you'll never know. Rephrase that. I'm not certain if it will or not. I might have to have an ally or be an ally. That's better. Okay. Sorry, had to toss away some trash. Alright, so we went through there, repaired a few things, altered the room. Now we're gonna do this. Stay with me on this one, everybody. It's going to be a bit of a doozy. So even if a pig runs at you, you can hide in these trees here. They can't get through. Oh, Henrik, the old hunter. We could summon him in for the fight. Why not? Come on in, Henrik. Even though we totally defeated you. As you can see there, boom. Had the League Confederate cane and summon, so Henrik is one of the Confederates. Interesting little tidbit. As you can see, he's rocking the hunter pistol and he's rocking the saw cleaver. Let's see what you can do, Henrik. Now we fight the shadows of Yharnam. Don't underestimate them either. Just because they're guys in cloth doesn't mean they don't know how to fight and swing a weapon. See, they don't do the snake summoning thing until one of them's near death. Like you can see there, he's also imbued his sword using his little candle. Just watching the slightest movements on them lets you know when they're gonna do something, what they're gonna do. Thanks for the help, Henrik. Appreciate it. They can summon giant snakes and stuff too, but they didn't get a chance to do that this time, so I think we got ruined from beating them as well. Didn't look like a vermin though, so that's okay. We'll go back to corruption. Anyways, we'll light this lamp. We'll come through here. We'll find a giant bug enemy. And we'll be introduced to the frenzy meter. What frenzy does is... Frenzy makes your character go a little crazy. And what that means in this game is you lose a large chunk of your life bar. It's just like a total of it. So if you've taken a few hits and you get frenzied, you'll probably die. It's pretty brutal. And now we're at Bergenworth, the old college. And that, my friends, is where I will take my leave. We got to Bergenworth. Nice, decent time. We got that second part of the woods, and you've seen what the boss was. 3 different entities, the Shadows of Yharnam. So, until that next video, where we go over the Bergenworth College and the secrets within, I bid everybody adieu. I wish you a wonderful day. Remember, take care of your weapons, treat them well, and they will do so back in kind. And remember, above all else, before you think anything else, remember to fear the old blood.